Imagine a prison where you're the only inmate, okay? Now, the same prison, you're the only prison guard, okay? And the prison cell doesn't exist, okay? That's literally life with herpes. Not Alexandra Harbushka, but I like her. But I've realized that a lot of us who are diagnosed with herpes, and whether we're struggling for weeks or months or years, are in this self-imposed prison where we are essentially the only prisoner being held captive by ourselves, and the prison cell is imaginary. Now, yeah, there's a stigma out there. There's some ignorant people. But at the end of the day, too, a good way to look at other people who believe the herpes stigma, who choose to be uneducated, they're putting their own prison cell around themselves, a prison cell of ignorance. Because we all know deep down that herpes doesn't discriminate. Now, you can luckily sneak on by in life never getting herpes, and maybe even never being exposed to herpes. But at the end of the day, no one is consciously seeking out situations to avoid herpes. Because if they did, hear me out, if people actually had control over whether they're going to encounter herpes or not, then herpes disclosure would be happening all of the time. So in the process of actually avoiding herpes actively, you'd be encountering disclosure. You'd be telling people, hey, you know your herpes status. And I was talking to a friend of mine the other day about how nobody seems to go around asking each other about their sexual health statuses, or they just trust each other, or they just sort of jump into bed because we're, at the end of the day, we're just a bunch of advanced apes with primal desires. And the reason why I used that prison metaphor at the beginning, because I want you to start to imagine from an external perspective how you're actually living your life. Is society shaming you? And is that shame true? Because the answer for me is society is never going to shame me. Now, they may try to, they may say nasty words online, maybe in these comment sections right here, but none of it is true. And I'm never going to take offense to something, and we should all try to never take offense to something that isn't simply true. So you have to really ask yourself, if something is actually offending you, if you can be judged, if you do feel ashamed, is it there, or is it coming from internally? Because oftentimes we're the ones who shame ourselves. We're the ones who hold us captive. We're the ones who hold ourselves back, because you don't have to stay stuck.